Thus spoke Zarathustra, the awakening of man. Intro. There was once a man who lived high above the clouds, far from the noise of men. For 10 long years, he lived in solitude upon his mountain, with only his heart, his thoughts, and the sun for company. His name was Zarathustra. Every morning, he would greet the sun and whisper, "Great star, what would your happiness be if you had not those for whom you shine?" But one morning, as the light filled the sky, Zarathustra felt something stir within him, a burden of wisdom grown too heavy for one man to bear alone. And so he said, "Now I must descend. Like the sun, I must go down to share my light with those below." Part 1: The Descent. Zarathustra left his mountain and came down among the people. He entered the city where crowds gathered, shouting, laughing, trading, and praying. He saw the faces of men tired, obedient, afraid. They were seeking comfort, not greatness. They were worshipping safety, not life. Zarathustra spoke to them. "I teach you the Übermensch, the overman, the one who creates new values. Man is something that shall be overcome. What have you done to overcome him?" But the crowd only laughed. They said, "Zarathustra has gone mad. He speaks of gods and beasts." He smiled and said softly, "I love those who do not seek beyond themselves, but who create within themselves a new light." Part 2: The Rope Between Beast and Overman. Man, Zarathustra said, is a rope stretched between beast and overman, a rope over an abyss. He spoke of the danger of falling backward into comfort and ignorance, and the challenge of leaping forward into strength, courage, and creation. "Do not be afraid of chaos," he said. "For out of chaos, the dancing star is born." He saw that most men feared freedom. They wished for masters, for shepherds, for gods to command them. And so he left them, saying, "I go to those who dare to stand alone." Part 3: The Teachers of Virtue. On his journey, Zarathustra met men who claimed to be wise, priests, scholars, moralists. They spoke endlessly of good and evil, of punishment and reward. But Zarathustra laughed and said, "Your good and evil are but shadows of your fear. You call the will to power evil because you are too weak to possess it." He taught instead, "Be faithful to the earth. Do not believe those who promise heavenly rewards. Create your meaning here, now, with your hands, your mind, your fire." Part 4: The Mirror of the Spirit. As he wandered, Zarathustra felt doubt creep into his heart. He looked into a river and saw his reflection, tired, lonely, misunderstood. He whispered, "Am I not like those I wish to awaken? Have I become a preacher instead of a creator?" The wind answered him, "To lead others, you must first master yourself." And so Zarathustra climbed once more into solitude, not to escape men, but to test his strength, to forge his will anew. Part 5: The Return. Years passed. When Zarathustra returned, he no longer preached. He spoke less, but his silence was powerful. Those who met his gaze felt the weight of his freedom. He no longer sought to convert, he simply was. His presence was a mirror. In him, men saw what they could become. He said, "I no longer speak of the overman as a dream. For I have seen him in those who dare to live without fear. Those who dance with the chaos inside them. Those who love life even in its cruelty." Ending. And so Zarathustra vanished again into his mountains. His words echoed through time, carried by the wind. Become who you are. Let your will say, "This is my path, this is my joy." For man is something that must be overcome. And each step of courage, each act of creation, is a step toward the overman. Thus spoke Zarathustra. And thus began the endless awakening of man.